It's no secret that when you look at the NASCAR console gaming side of things, it's a complete mess, and the last few years is a downward spiral, an unmitigated disaster, just everything that you could describe it with. And now it's taken a bit of an odd turn, because there are actual developments, some of which definitely came way later than they should have, and others that I don't think any of us saw coming. So let's look into it with the two main developments that have come this week. Starting out is the fact that, well, NASCAR Heat 5 will be getting their 2022 DLC. I did not say anything wrong there. Well, at least non-factual, I should say. Because it's not NASCAR 21 Ignition, it's NASCAR Heat 5, the game that came out 3 years ago. It's not the 2023 DLC, it is last year's DLC. I am wishing I was joking by saying this stuff. Now, the big thing is that NASCAR Heat 5 has the bigger user base right now compared to NASCAR 21 Ignition. Ignition was such a disaster that people are willing to go back to the other game before it. That should tell you everything you need to know about what's going on at this point. It's like if Madden fans went back to the Madden that came out in 2020 or 21 or whatever. This just doesn't happen in other gaming spheres for other sports. But with it, you have a big, at least, push by fans to make something new. And how did we see this? Well, after the 2022 DLC had been continuously pushed back, fans made their own 2023 mods. And honestly, they're better than the ones Motorsport Games, or funny enough, some of the things say 704, put out. It looks, honest to God, really up to date. There's a bunch of legacy schemes or legendary schemes for different people in different series, like the Xfinity and Truck series, as well as the Cup series. And in all honesty, it is much more expansive than what fans are actually going to get. Instead, with the 2022 DLC, you're going to get the addition of the next-gen cars for everything and Bristol Dirt. You're going to have the next-gen for career mode and multiplayer, but you're only getting the primary schemes. You're not even getting secondary schemes, and they're charging $10 for it. I know that they're a business and they need to make money, but at this point, when you completely slap your user base in the face and then ask them to pay you for it, I think that that is a point of no return for a lot of people if they hadn't already reached that. I'll say this, and I say it time and time again when I talk about the NASCAR gaming side of things, people, stop lowering your expectations. Draw a line. Show them where you stand with it. Don't let people know that they can continuously give you the worst of the worst, defecate in your mouth, and you smile to them about it. Don't do that, because this is unacceptable. No other sports league has this problem with their games. When you look at Madden, or you look at MLB, or any other sports entity, even racing title, could you imagine saying that the 2020 game is the one everyone plays, that they get a 2022 DLC halfway through their 2023 season? It's pathetic. And I don't get fans being hyped up for this, because at this point, it's completely useless. It's out of date. Also, just gonna say it, who the hell's gonna drive the 51? Because I sure as hell hope they didn't put Cody Ware in that. That's my thing. Stop lowering your standards. Because if normal fans can make a mod that is better than the DLC the actual company gives out, there's a problem. We all know there's a problem, but it's even more apparent. And this company is a complete disaster with everything they do. Why do people try to think that it will be different? It's complete insanity, in my opinion. And when you look at everything they've done, from losing tens of millions of dollars to being a complete joke, and everything in between, it's just terrible. I don't know. At this point, I can't even be mad. I'm just sad, honestly. I'm not even mad. I'm sad and disappointed. Now, funny enough, there actually is a new console game that has been announced to release sometime this year. There hasn't been much news on it. There haven't been a bunch of updates. There haven't been fans making YouTube videos really about it until this announcement came out. And the best part of it is it's not from Motorsport Games. There is the NASCAR Arcade Rush. It's a new game that's kind of like NASCAR Unleashed or Kart Chaser, which is a lot like a NASCAR version of Mario Kart, for instance. And it's not something that's going to have drivers in it. They can't have the licensed teams, numbers, sponsors, all of that, because unfortunately that goes to Motorsport Games. But it will release on the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, the Xbox One, Switch, and PC, and probably some other ones that I missed. It's not something that I think many people are going to want to play. It's not something you can have a competitive league in. It's definitely geared towards children, but I'm telling you, even though it's not what we wanted, it is a start. It's something. While I don't think NASCAR necessarily needs a game like this, NASCAR does need to try and get more children to be hooked on the sport longer. And even if they can't race as their favorite driver, even if they can't do really anything that they would want to do, it seems like there's plenty of variation of cars, there's different generations, and there's probably different ways that kids' interests can be piqued by this and have the NASCAR brand on it. It's in partnership with Game Mill Entertainment, which is not known for making too many real good games, honestly. They're kind of just glorified phone games that they sell at full price. The best known, honestly, of these is probably Big Buck Hunter, which if you've been in pretty much any bar in Wisconsin, you know which one that is. But while this isn't what we kind of wanted, it is something that I think comes from a company with experience on getting kids in. This is the same company that made the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl and Nickelodeon Kart Racers. So while I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on the NASCAR fandom currently, or at least those who are probably teenagers on up, it's something fun that I think could draw kids in, and I think would be a pretty good addition to have at the racetrack instead of trying to get people to play NASCAR Ignition. I think at this point, everyone from NASCAR to even Motorsports Games themselves has just acknowledged that it's a lost cause. And if they haven't, they're completely delusional. But there's plenty that could be made from this. And I think as we move forward and we see fan projects continue to sprout up for NASCAR and IndyCar alike, we're starting to see that fans are saying, screw it, I'll do it myself and I'll do it better. And almost every time, they've done it better. So I think there is hope. It's just going to have to be a lot of grassroots built games. It's not going to have to be studio built ones because, well, we saw where that got us. But with that, I'm going to pass this all on to you and ask, what do you think of the new developments in NASCAR console gaming? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like in this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. Thank you so much to all my channel members for your continued support. And also, be sure to watch the NASCAR Weekly Podcast tonight on Danny B Talks channel. We'll talk all the news in the sport, probably mention some of this too, and have a ton of fun in the process. So, until then, have a good one.